The following is a presentation of PH Athletics. On a dreary mid-April day, PH Athletics proud to welcome you back to Montvale, New Jersey, and to Bronco Baseball in 2025. This one a league matchup between the Mahwah Thunderbirds and the Pascack Hills Broncos. Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for spending a little bit of your Monday with us, and a happy belated Easter. I'm Matthew Merlino, happy to be back after a little break for spring break. But Hills did play over that spring break, and mirroring the start of the season when we were here, it was a bit of an up and down week. They come out of it 5-6 with a 2-2 record in league play. 2 wins against Riverdale, 2 losses against Ramsey. That puts them a game back of the 3 Big North Patriot Division leaders, including the Mahwah Thunderbirds, who have had a comeback year so far. They were 12-13 overall last year, just 3-7 in the league, where they finished 5th. This year, so far, they are level with Ramsey and Westwood for the league lead. They're 3-1 in league play, 7-3 overall. This is the halfway point for both of these teams in league play. They play 10 games. This is their 5th. And let's get you the starting lineup for Hills right now. They're led by their pitcher, Kyle Wankus, their 3rd most worked pitcher so far this year, boasting a 2.62 ERA. His catcher today is Jake Zabo. First base manned by Anthony Blackford. Second, Emerson Cho. Short is manned by Kyle Marquise, and third by Gavin O'Donnell. And in the outfield, right manned by John Giantonio, center with Eddie Mulligan, and Joe Napolitano in left. The first batter for Mahwah, center fielder Jake Bonanno. Underway as Bonanno skies this one into shallow left center. It will drop. Marquise came back. Napolitano and Mulligan both coming over, but nobody can get there, and it is a lead-off hit for Jake Bonanno, who has had 8 of those so far, 8 singles, 4 doubles, and 2 home runs in this young season, and that brings up the first baseman for Mahwah, Jack Newman, the junior. And Newman batting .323 so far, will take ball 1. Wankus on the 1-0. Ground ball, base hit. Napolitano will pick it up, but can't do anything to prevent the advances from Bonanno and Newman to bring up the shortstop, Matt Mackey. Who has hit everything so far. A single, doubles, triples, just 1 triple, and 2 home runs as well, slugging .774, and he also has 10 RBIs so far this year with a chance to get another. Shows bunt. Does not go for it. Pulls back, and we have a 1-0 count once again. Shows bunt again. We'll take the outside pitch, 2-0. And now Mackey jogging over to his third base coach. It is Bonanno on second, Newman on first. Mackey is a senior. He's 13 for 31 this year, 10 RBIs, 9 singles, 3 doubles, just 1 triple. Has not homered, I apologize, read the stat sheet wrong, but is batting .419 with a .581 slugging. And looking to add to that 10 RBI total here, maybe not, because he is showing bunt and pulling back. So we have a 3-0 count. Mackey again shows bunt, pulls back, and it's a called strike this time. And he'll take a high ball 4 to load the bases here off 3 batters. And now the cleanup man with a great opportunity to do his job, sophomore Ryan Hawken, who plays in left field today. He'll take strike 1. Hawken, he has 13 RBIs so far this year. Golden chance to get 1, maybe 2 more with a 1-1 count. And he skies this one. It's a bit too high to go yard, I think. And it's going to be foul. It's nearly at the wall, but did not go over and went a little to the left. 1-2. Swings and misses. Wenkus with his first strikeout of the game. And that now brings up Alex Lachinsky, another senior. Lachinsky, the third baseman, has 14 RBIs. 5 extra base hits and 2 home runs. Take strike 1 here from Wank. Nice curve in there, 0-2. It's a bit of a dreary day here. A lot of clouds, a lot of gray clouds, but hopefully none threatening to impede our progress here. Did he go? Yes, he did. Strikeout number 2 for Wenkus, and he has an opportunity. If he can get Tyler Tholen, the pitcher, out for the Thunderbirds, the junior, he'll get out of a bit of trouble. And the good news is Tholen is batting just .276, 8 for 29, does have 5 RBIs so far. That one a bit low, but called for strike 1. It's 59, but it feels like 50. And looks like we have an 0-2 count. And Tholen will take a little break here, get you the weather. It's 59 here in Montvale, but it feels like 50, and I think it's a bit colder. One-two count for Tholen. Wind not so bad and blowing to left field from right to left. Big pitch for Wenkus. 1-2 the count. 2 away, but the bases are loaded, and another break for Tholen. A junior trying to add to his RBI count. With 2 runners in scoring position. Swings and misses! And Wenkus loads the bases on the first 3 batters, strikes out the next 3, and we stay scoreless at the middle of the first. And fresh off a nice comeback on the mound, Kyle Wenkus comes to the plate. And he'll be facing Tyler Tholen, the man he just struck out, the junior, who is Mahwah's second most worked pitcher, has 18 innings pitched, and in those 18 innings, he has just a .78 ERA. Mahwah so far a very good pitching team. Perhaps that's what has fueled them as they have gone from a sub 500 team last year to a 7-3 team this year. Wankus batting .294, slugging .471 through this season so far. Catcher for Tholen is Bobby Gurley, not to be confused with Bobby Hurley. He's a junior. First baseman Jack Newman, second baseman Dylan Moskowitz for Mahwah. At short, Matt Mackey. Third is manned by Alex Lachinsky. The outfield features Ryan Hawken in left. Center with Jake Bonanno and Owen Fitzgerald in right field. Coach Evans, they were waiting on him. It looks like he makes his way to his position at first. And now Wankus readies, and we are underway in the bottom of the first. And Wankus will take strike one. That one curving outside, 1-1. Wankus skies this one to right. It's going to be foul. 1-2 now our count. Wankus holds off on that one, 2-2. Tholen, the 2-2 deal. Inside and high. So we have a full count now for Kyle Wankus, first batter that Tyler Tholen faces. Wankus ground ball to short, picked up but dropped. The throw is high. Wankus is safe off of an error. And that'll bring up John Giantonio. We'll see if they bunt here. I remember last year they were very fond of bunting in these scenarios. Let's see what Giantonio does, batting .421, 737 slugging. And he's had 2 home runs so far this season. His first year on varsity as a junior. With Wankus on first, he does ready to bunt, pulls back. Bunt. Tried to bunt again, pulled back again. 2-0. Another pullback from Giantonio, 2-1. Giantonio swings and misses. Wankus goes anyway, slides into second, and the throw goes into center. 2-2 at the plate. Man on second now with the stolen base from Wankus. And that is his 8th of the season. So Giantonio with the 2-2 count, swings and misses at strike 3. And that brings up the junior Emerson Show. Wenkus goes back, avoids the pickoff. That one in there on the outside edge. So we have an 0-1 count here for Cho. Tholen, one hit so far and one strikeout. Or perhaps you could classify Wenkus getting on base as an error. Fouled off here 0-2 for Cho. Anthony Blackford on deck. And here's the 0-2. In there for strike 3. So 2 strikeouts for Tholen. And now he'll face Blackford with Wenkus on second. Blackford with 12 RBIs. He leads the team. 2 home runs so far this year as well. Wenkus again avoids the pickoff. That one curving into the dirt, so it's a 1-0 count. Ground ball to third, getting through. Wenkus is going to be waved home. Let's see if he's able to get there. Throw coming home. Won't even get there. Wenkus off of a RBI single from Anthony Blackford makes this a 1-0 Hills lead. Two out now. AB is the man on base, and he's at first. And now it's the designated hitter, Corey Ginsberg, who comes to the plate. And Ginsberg batting .361 with a .639 slugging percentage. Nice ground ball getting through for Ginsberg. Bobbled by Bonanno. And a base hit for Corey Ginsberg. Blackford at second. Corey goes to first. And now it's Gavin O'Donnell, the junior. Has just 1 recorded RBI this year. Batting .300, has 2 doubles though. And fouls this one off, a grounder. Another one curving low, 1-1. That one low as well, 2-1 now the count. Swing and a miss for O'Donnell, 2-2. And a timeout here. Gurley coming out, talking with Tholen for a moment. And now heads back with a 2-2 count. 2 on, 2 out. A lot of twos. O'Donnell takes strike 3. But Hills is able to get on the board. They're up 1-0 on Mahwah at the end of the first inning. Well, throughout this show, we're going to try and keep you up with a lot of the stuff that I missed, unfortunately, during spring break. And we'll begin by going over what happened on the Wednesday we left you, as Wankus deals a strike here to start the second of the inning to Bobby Gurley, the catcher. And deals another strike, 0-2. On that Wednesday, as Gurley hits a chopper to O'Donnell, who makes the play at first. And that'll bring up Dylan Moskowitz, the second baseman. As I was saying, that Wednesday, April the 9th, if you can believe it, about a week and a half ago. Boys golf, 16 of 19 teams at the FDU tournament. Kevin Agranovich, the highest scorer, tied for 70th in the individual rankings with a 90. Got to remember, it's high school golf. It's not exactly Augusta National. There's a ball there from Wankus, 1-0. Baseball here, we were there for their 8-7 win against Riverdale, a league game. 1-1. Corey Ginsberg had a homer, had an RBI, a double, and went 3 for 3. Emerson Cho added a dinger of his own and had 3 RBIs, and John Giantonio got credited with the win. But unfortunately, the other side of the coin, softball, took an 11-1 loss at Riverdale. Swing and a miss. 2 out early here for Hills, or for Mahwah, I should say, and that brings up number 9 in the lineup, Owen Fitzgerald. And boys tennis, to round out that Wednesday recap with a W at Ramsey, 3-2. Jake Polsky, the only singles winner, but both doubles won, as there's a fly ball catchable. Giantonio comes up, makes the running grab, and we go to the middle of the second rather quickly. Still a 1-0 Hills lead. We're going to stay here and try and get you all of the things that happened in Hills sports as much as we can. Finishing off with that boys tennis match, Jake Polsky, the only singles winner, but Sam Koppelman and Abhinav Gautam teaming up to get a dub, and the senior doubles team of Kieran Dewan and Zach Slater getting a win as well. Thursday we weren't here, but there was a lot of action. Girls lacrosse with a big win at Waldwick, 9-5 in a league game. Sloan Irizarry leading with 4 goals, and Astrid Veloso adding 1 goal and 4 assists as well. Baseball with another win against Emerson this time, 8-1 the final there. Jake Szabo had a homer of his own, 5 RBIs, and went 1 for 3. Kyle Marquise 2 for 2 with 1 triple, and Anthony Blackford credited with the win. Softball, another league loss for them on Thursday the 10th. They lost it to Mahwah 17-7, but boys tennis canceled that out with a league win, 5-0 at Indian Hills. Jake Polsky, Max Klinchik, and Abhinav Gautam, the singles winners, and Carmelo Ambrosio and Sam Koppelman teaming up to get a doubles win along with Kieran Dewan and Sam Breeth. And rounding out a rather successful April the 10th Thursday, boys lacrosse getting a win at Park Ridge in the league, 8-6 the final there. CJ Driver with 3 goals, 1 assist. Logan Nassau adding 2 goals and 1 assist of his own. We're going to take a quick break and come back. Strike pitch to Kyle Marquise to start the bottom of the second from Tyler Tholen. And that one fouled off by Marquise to make it an 0-2 count. It's It's going to take a little while to get through all of this, but we'll try our best. Let's go to Friday the 11th as we try to keep you up with all the games we would have covered but did not, as Marquise is caught looking to bring up Jake Szabo, the catcher. On that Friday, baseball with a win at Cliffside Park, 11-3. Eddie Mulligan with a triple, 2 RBIs, got the win on the mound as well and went 3 for 3. John Giantonio added a homer and 4 RBIs along with a double and went 2 for 4. Softball had a loss here against Pascack Valley, 7-0. Then Monday the 14th, baseball had a league game against Ramsey. This is when spring break really started, but they were able to unfortunately lose that one 5-3, with Anthony Blackford going 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs and Wink picking up the loss. Ground ball here for Szabo. It'll get through. Second baseman can't make the play, and Jake Szabo is on with 1 away. And now it is Eddie Mulligan, who has performed very well over the break, as you will hear. But first, softball with a loss against Ridgefield Park, 11-1 on that Monday as well a week ago. Last Tuesday, boys golf and girls golf unfortunately losing to Bergen Catholic and Holy Angels respectively. Baseball with another loss at Ramsey, this one 11-7, as we have a nice rip to second, maybe 2 here. Throw to first is not in time, but Szabo will be out, it looks like. There's still a runner at first, and there's 1 away. 2 away, excuse me. Here's Wankus at the plate. Yeah, baseball took an 11-7 loss at Ramsey. Eddie Mulligan had a homer. That was his only at-bat recorded. And Corey Ginsberg went 2 for 4 with a homer of his own, but unfortunately not enough. And boys lacrosse canceled that out with a win against Hawthorne at home, 13-2, the final there. C.J. Driver with 3 goals, 4 assists. Christian Gezuele, a nice performance from the sophomore, adding 5 goals and 1 assist of his own, as Wenkus has a nice base hit here into left. It gets through, back at the wall. Mulligan trying to come home, and it looks like he will. 2-0 for Hills, and an RBI double from Kyle Wankus. How about that? Giantonio at the plate now. Hawken, who was the left fielder, not very happy. Understandably. 1-0 count here for Giantonio. We'll get back to the week recap in a couple moments. In the dirt, 2-0. That one looked like a called strike, 2-1. That one called as well, so an even count at 2. Tholen, time called as he was just entering his windup. Wankus at second, 2-0 lead off of his RBI double. Ground ball from Giantonio. Looks like it'll get through, and it will be an RBI single for Giantonio as Wankus comes home and makes it a 3-0 game. Emerson Show now at the plate. Last Wednesday, boys golf with a league loss against Riverdale, unfortunately. Softball with a 6-2 league loss at Indian Hills. But girls lacrosse with an 11-1 win against Tenafly, as we have a high fly ball here from Cho that will be caught. And we end the second with a 3-0 Hills lead off of 2 runs in this second inning. Girls lacrosse, that win against Tenafly. Astrid Veloso with 4 goals and 1 assist there. Kira Hickey, another sophomore, making an impact. 3 goals and 1 assist. And Maddie Espinoza adding 2 goals and an assist of her own. When we're back, we finish up with Thursday and Saturday's results and the top of the third. And here we are in the top of the third inning now. Kyle Wankus on the mound for Hills. And Jake Bonanno at the plate for Mahwah. You're down 3-0. And it's a strike looking to start the third inning from Wankus. Had a 1-2-3 inning in the second. I believe the sun is coming out a little to brighten it up. That's nice. It is late April after all, or mid-late April, whatever you designate it as. That's a nice rip and a base hit for Bonanno to Napolitano in left. So 1 on, and now it is Jack Newman who comes to the plate. Hello, Newman. Some of you will get that joke. A reference. High ball here from Wankus to begin the at-bat. 1-0 now the count. That one a little high as well. 2-0. Back to the scoreboard, the report for Hill Sports in the past week. On Thursday, last Thursday, as we got a chopper here that will get through. Marquise misjudged it. And Bonanno makes his way over to third off of a single from Jack Newman. So none out now, and runners on the corners for Matt Mackey. Called strike for Wankus here. 0-1. Runner going. Throw to second, just in front. Cho couldn't make the tag. And so now we have runners on second and third. And I believe an 0-2 count for Mackey. Ground ball. Getting through. Chance to make it a 1-run game here. They will score 1, but Newman will stay at third, But Mackey with an RBI single gets Mahwah on the board, bringing Jake Bonanno home. And now the cleanup hitter, Ryan Hawken. Takes strike 1. Well, on that Thursday, it was some good news for boys golf with a league win against Mahwah and the scores through 9 holes. Kevin Agronovich first in the individual rankings with a 43. Austin Grove second with a 44. This is both teams, but all 3 that I mentioned are from Hills. Dylan Walpov came third with a 46. 0-2 here for Wankus against Hawken. Baseball with a league win against Riverdale at Riverdale. A big win for them. That's their only 2 league wins so far this year against the Thunderbirds. Wenkes with his first out of the inning. Softball had a loss at Fairlawn, 12-4. And boys lacrosse was able to get an 8-3 league win against Indian Hills. C.J. Driver, 3 goals, 3 assists. Logan Nassau adding 4 with 1 assist as well. 0-1 count after the foul ball. And finally, last Saturday, boys lacrosse losing against Tenafly 14-5 despite Logan Nassau's 4 goals. And baseball losing at Wayne Valley 11-1. But some good news for our lacrosse teams, both girls and boys. They are both leading their league standings through the first 3 weeks of the season. Today, some multiple events happening as the pickoff throw is high. We're going to have a 1-run game and maybe a tie game. Giantonio trying to throw it home, but it won't get there in time, and we are all tied up. Errant throw from Zabo that was not caught at second as the runner was trying to go, that being Matt Mackey. And it causes us to go from 3-0 to, in a couple of minutes, 3-3. 1 out now, none on, and we have a high fly ball over Giantonio's way, and right he'll make the catch. And now there's 2 away as Hawkins sits down and Alex Lachinsky comes to the plate. As we were saying before we were interrupted, multiple events happening today. This is a league game for baseball, as we mentioned. Softball with a league game, although they're playing at Ramsey. Girls golf with a league match against Mahwah, as we get a swing and a miss here. And boys tennis, a non-league match, but a big one, as they take on St. Joe's up here in Montvale, St. Joe's Regional. Dropped pitch from Zabo, 1-1. That one a bit low as well, 2-1. That one just outside, so it looks like we have a 3-1 count for Lachinsky here facing Wenkes. 2 away, tie ball game, but no runners on. And now we go to a full count. Wenkes gets him looking. Lachinsky was ready to go, but will not get to take his base. Middle of the third, all tied up. Anthony Blackford at the plate. Bottom of the third, tie ball game at 3. That one curving, but still in the zone, 0-1. Pitcher for Mahwah still Tyler Tholen, the junior. A nice curve once again, 0-2 for Tholen. Swing and a miss, and Blackford goes down in 3 pitches. And now Ginsburg comes to the plate. Well, this series will continue on Wednesday at Mahwah. And the rest of the week for Hills Baseball is on the road as Ginsburg swings and misses. A tough schedule after the Mahwah game. On Friday, they're at Ramapo, and Saturday, they're at Ridgewood. Ginsburg hits that one into the fencing up high, 0-2. That one in the dirt, 1-2. Ginsburg fouled that one off. Stays alive at 1-2. And now O'Donnell comes to the plate. Two up, two down so far for Tholen. See that one a little outside. That one in there on the lower edge, 1-1. O'Donnell swings and misses to make it a 1-2 count. And O'Donnell able to foul that one off, trying to keep the inning alive. We're tied at 3 from what was a 3-0 Hills lead just a few moments ago. But O'Donnell chases, and Tholen has a 1-2-3 inning to preserve our 3-3 score. Top of the fourth, 3-3 score. Wankus on the mound. No changes for Hills just yet. Chopper, O'Donnell coming over. He'll make the play to Blackford to get things started off right. For Hills, one away early. Check swing, but it doesn't matter. Called strike. Second pitch, fouled off high. 0-2. The pitch from Wankus. Outside. And that one fouled off to keep it at a 1-2 count. Ground ball over to Marquise, and his throw is in time, so there's 2 away. That one was outside. 1-0 count. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Drop third strike. Zabo's going to make the throw to Blackford, and there's 3 away. We go to the middle of the fourth, still tied at 3. Kyle Marquise at the plate now, trying to break the tie. We're level at 3 right now, and He'll take ball one. From Tyler Tholen. High fly ball from Wankus into center. It's going to drop right in front of Bonanno. And a base hit for Wankus to start the bottom of the fourth. And now it'll be Jake Szabo coming to the plate. Showing bunt, pick off to Marquise is avoided. We'll see what Szabo does here. He was showing bunt on the first pitch. He shows bunt again. It's high. And are they going to say it hit him? I'm not sure. Don't think so. 1-0. That's a high ball. It's caught. And Marquise is able to get back. A great play from Alex Lachinsky to come over and make the catch off the bunt, which was hit up high. So there's one out, and Marquise has to stay at first as Eddie Mulligan comes to the plate. And Mulligan, it looks like, will swing. 0-1. Took strike one. Swing and a miss for Mulligan, 0-2. That one in there, a late call, but probably the right one. Looked like it was right over the plate to me. 2 away. And here is Kyle Wankus at the plate once again. Kyle Marquise still at first, 2 out. Marquise going, throw to second is over. Into center, Marquise will stay at second. So the base is stolen with 2 away. That one a bit low. So a 1-0 count for Tholen. And that one high as well, so 2-0. And now, Wankus will take his base. Not sure if he got hit. Looks like they're checking him out. Not sure what that was. Runners on first and second, John Giantonio to the plate. And he tries to bunt. That one goes off of the catcher's glove, and both runners advance. 1-0 count, second and third, and a big chance for Hills to break the tie here in the bottom of the fourth. 3-3. They do have to be careful because there's 2 out. That one in there. 1-1. Curveball in there. 1-2, and Hills with a great opportunity here, but they're down to their last strike. See what Giantonio can do. Tholen gets the strikeout. We stay tied through 4 innings. Top of the 5th inning in Montvale on a gray day. It might as well be raining, but it isn't. Kyle Wenck is still on the mound for his 5th inning and pitches one in the dirt to start it. Curveball in there, 1-1. This is Jake Bonanno at the plate. That one outside, 2-1. On deck is Jack Newman. That one low, 3-1 from Wenkus. And that one fouled off high, full count. That one also fouled off, same general area. And ball 4 from Wenkus, curving low and outside as Jake Bonanno takes first base. And now Jack Newman at the plate. Believe a called strike, 0-1. And if I'm not mistaken, we've got a 1-1 count now. Bonanno's able to get back in time after the pickoff. Runner goes, bunt, caught by Wenkus. Maybe a bouncer caught by Wenkus. Bonanno is able to advance, and Newman will be out for the first of the inning. And that brings up Matt Mackey once again. Nice curve in there for strike 1 from Wenkus. Swing and a miss again, 0-2. And another strikeout for Wenkus. There's 2 away. And now it's Ryan Hawken, a cleanup hitter, trying to bring in Jake Bonanno and break this 3-3 tie, which has been here since the bottom of the 3rd, I believe. Bonanno dancing. That one a ball, 1-0. High foul ball, 1-1. High fly ball. It's a bit too high. Mulligan comes over and makes the catch. Middle of the fifth inning, still tied. Hills up to bat. This is Emerson Cho at the plate, bottom of the fifth inning. Tyler Tholen still on the mound, starting his fifth inning. Cho with a big rip down the first base line. It will be fair. Potential for a stand-up double. He does slide, didn't really need to, but gets a leadoff double and celebrates just like it. Anthony Blackford to the plate now with a final talk. Ooh. Stepped off, and that's a balk. They called a balk on Tholen, and Cho is at third. And no, not a balk. Cho got excited. So did I. Unfortunate. He'll stay on second. No pitch has been thrown just yet. Tholen on the mound facing Anthony Blackford, and Blackford hits one high into right. AB at the wall. It is caught. And Cho will come back, but that one was smoked. It just came in. Got me excited. One out, Cho still at second. Batter now, the DH Corey Ginsburg. Nice curve from Tholen. 0-1 off the cold strike. That one low as well. 1-0. 1-1, excuse me. Two and one. That one in the dirt. Cho going. And he's safe. Thought they got him, but they did not. So Cho is at third, a 3-1 count at the plate. And the go-ahead run 90 feet away for Hills. Let's see if Ginsburg can bring him in. Nice pitch in there. Full count, 3-2. And Ginsburg swings and misses. 2 out. And up comes Gavin O'Donnell. Cho led off with the double since then, 2 straight outs. Nice pitch from Tholen. 0-1. That one low. 1-1 now the count. 1-2. Tholen with a chance to keep this tied up heading into the 6th. He did not get him. Mahwah was ready to go back in, but they did not get him. It was just outside. 2-2. That one also didn't get him. Ump has faked out the Thunderbirds twice. 3-2. Full count. Show 90 feet away, but he needs a nice hit, and that won't be it. That'll be foul from Gavin O'Donnell. Trying to break the tie here in the bottom of the 5th. That one is in there, and now the Thunderbirds have a chance to run back to the dugout. We are still level at 3 at the end of the 5th inning. Alex Lachinsky at the plate. Kyle Wenkes still on the mound for Pascack Hills. Sorry, they have not sent anybody to the bullpen, and Wenkes pitches one outside from Lachinsky. That one fouled off down the first base line. It's a high one. 1-1. That'll be a base hit, and it will be. Giantonio comes over, but will hold it at that. And Lachinsky on with a leadoff base hit. And up comes Tyler Tholen, the pitcher. Once they are ready. Lachinsky will be pinch ran for. And now Tholen. He's showing bunt. And he will take that bunt. Wenkes comes over. He'll make the play. Lachinsky is able to get to second. And he could have gone to third, too, because O'Donnell left it empty. But he did not realize. One out. Runner on second. That is Alex Lachinsky. And the batter now is the catcher, Bobby Gurley. Nice curve from Wenkes, 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2 for Wenkes here. One away. And another swing and a miss. That one not dropped. 2 away. Off the swinging strikeout, and up comes Dylan Moskowitz. Called strike 1 for Moskowitz. 2 away, runner on second. That's Chris DeFelice, who pinch ran for Lachinsky. That one outside, 1-1. Top of the 6th inning. Mahwah and Pascack Hills, a league game tied at 3. Hills a game back of Mahwah, Westwood, and Ramsey. Those three all jointly leading the 6-team Big North Patriot Division. 1 and 2. And that one fouled off. Swing and a miss. Wankus with the strikeout. And we go to the middle of the 6th, still tied at 3. We're back. There is action for both teams in the bullpen, although Tyler Tholen is still on the mound. Batter here, Kyle Marquez. He'll take strike 1. It looks like John Giantonio in the pen for Hills. Brendan Kelly for Mahwah. We got a fly ball over to left, catch made by Hawken. And there's one away as Zabo comes to the plate. That one was in the dirt, 1-0. Ground ball from Zabo. It'll get through. A base hit from the junior catcher. And just as quickly, Giantonio comes back because he'll be batting in a couple of hitters. There's one away and Zabo at the plate. Zabo on first, excuse me. Actually, he's being pinch ran for. So now the batter is Eddie Mulligan, and Kyle Wankus is on deck with Giantonio on double deck. Mulligan fouls that one off. One and one. One out, one on. 1-1 the count. That one a bit low, 2-1. That one in there on the inside edge, 2-2 now the count. This is Mulligan with Zabo at first, level at 3. Have been for quite some time now. In the dirt, full count, 3-2. That one in the dirt again, and Mulligan will take ball 4. Runners on first and second now. It's Noah Lefkowitz pinch running for Zabo, who is on second. And now Kyle Wankus to the plate with a chance, if he can get a nice hit off, to break this tie after this break. Tholen still on the mound after a conversation with Coach Jeff Remo. Facing Kyle Wenkus here with runners on first and second and one out. There is 2 Thunderbirds in the bullpen. We mentioned Brendan Kelly. He's joined by his senior teammate Stephen Mariani. So a 1-0 count here for Wenkus. And now it's a 1-1 count. That one low, but called, I think. Maybe not. They're reacting as if it was not called. 2-1. That one fouled off. 2-2. Now our count. Would be a big strikeout if he is able to get Wenkus. Giantonio on deck, followed by Cho in the lineup. The 2-2 from Tyler Tholen. Swing and a miss. 2 out. Giantonio to the plate. Giantonio with a grounder down the third base line. It gets through, but it's foul. There's a reason it got through. 0-1. Lefkowitz at second. Giantonio at the plate. High curve. Had to spin away from it. 1-1. Lefkowitz at second. Mulligan at first. Noah pinch running for Jake Szabo. Ground ball. May get through. No, they're going to make the throw to first. And they get him. It was high, but the foot remained on the bag, and we end the 6th inning still tied. Big 7th coming up. Welcome back to Montvale, top of the 7th inning, all level at 3. Kyle Wenkus still pitching for the Broncos. And gets strike 1. He'll get strike 2 as well. No, sorry, that's a ball. 1-1. Now he's got strike 2. Facing here, Owen Fitzgerald, the junior. And we have a 2-2 count. Swing and a miss. 1 out. And up comes Jake Bonanno. Grounder, chopper down the third base line and foul. for Bonanno. The 1-0. Oh, 1, sorry. And that one in the dirt to make it 1-1. Kelly's still in the bullpen for Mahwah. Mariani coming back. 1-2 for Wankus with one away. Got him. Looking. 2 out. And here is Jack Newman. Newman looks at strike 1. Due up for Hills as we had a ground ball over to Marquise. Throw to first in time. Due up for Hills. Cho, Blackford, Ginsburg, the heart of the lineup, with a chance to make some noise. Middle of the 7th, tied at 3. It's Emerson Cho who will start the bottom of the 7th inning for Hills. We are tied up. These games played in regulation 2 7 innings. Cho has potentially a base hit, but it is picked up and thrown to first by the second baseman Moskowitz, and Mahwah has a first out quickly. Anthony Blackford to the plate now. And the pitch from new pitcher Brendan Kelly is a ball. Kelly just came in for Mahwah and gets a swinging strike. He's pitched 280 pitches this year with a 1.58 ERA. Most worked pitcher and second best in the ERA department for the Thunderbirds so far this year. 2-1 now the count. High fly ball from Blackford. It is catchable, and it will be caught by Bonanno. 2 away with Corey Ginsburg, perhaps the last chance to end this in regulation. In the dirt from Kelly, 1-0. Chopper to third. We'll get free baseball, excuse me. End of the 7th inning, still tied at 3. Game went by just a little quicker than most. To compensate, we get extra innings. John Giantonio has moved on to the mound for Hills. To compensate for that, we have some changes. Kyle Wankus goes to short, Kyle Marquise into left field, and Joe Napolitano to right field where Giantonio was. 1-1 now the count. Outside 2-1. And that one fouled off to make this a 2-2 count. Can't really make out the number, but I believe this is Matt Mackey. Full count, pitch in the dirt from Giantonio, 3-2. Weird swing, fouled off there. High fly ball, foul behind the plate. And now it's 3-2. Oh, that one, fastball high. And it'll be Mackey getting on and Ryan Hawken coming to the plate. And Coach Evans comes out to talk with his new pitcher, John Giantonio. It was a quick chat, and now Giantonio's ready to face Hawkins. Bunt, Giantonio coming over, turns, makes the throw to first, and Mackey advances to second as the play intended. 1 out, 1 on. That's Mackey on second base, and now Alex Lachinsky to the plate, the third baseman wearing number 22. That one high. 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Swing and a miss again, 1-2. Now the count. Lachinsky facing Giantonio. Runner on second is Matt Mackey. That one a bit high. Lachinsky had to duck out of the way. 2-2. Swing and a miss. 2 away. And here now is Tyler Tholen, who was the pitcher. It looks like he'll continue to bat after being taken off the mound in favor of Brendan Kelly. Of course, I could be mistaken. I can't see very well from here. 1-0. There's a ground ball down the first base line. It's foul, and I do believe this is Kelly, because that is a single digit on the back of his jersey, not Tholen's double. 2-0. Nice pitch from Giantonio. Good frame job from Zabo as well. 3-1. Nice rip, base hit. Could come home. Mackey, he will make it home. It got through Mulligan. And it is an RBI double to give Mahwah the lead from Brendan Kelly. Two out, 4-3 Thunderbird lead. And here is Bobby Gurley at the plate. Pinch runner is Mariani. 1-0 for Gurley. Gurley takes a timeout here. And a nice pitch on the outside corner gets Gurley looking 1-1. Giantonio feigns the pickoff attempt. Swing and a miss. 1-2. And another strikeout for Giantonio sends Hills back to the dugout, but now they're just 3 outs away from losing in extras. They're down 4-3 to the Mahwah Thunderbirds, middle of the 8th inning. This is the inning to watch. Bottom of the 8th, 4-3. Mahwah lead. Brendan Kelly on the mound. The first batter he will face is Gavin O'Donnell. And O'Donnell hits one high and foul to start the inning with an 0-1 count. That one curved outside, 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2 for O'Donnell. Oh, he just fouled that one off. Still 1-2. O'Donnell with another foul tip. And that one just high. 2-2. O'Donnell hits one high. It does not have the distance. In fact, it's an infield fly, and it's caught for out number 1. Dylan Moskowitz making the catch there. Now, Kyle Marquise. That one outside. 1-0. Another ball. That one a little closer to being in. 2-0. Marquise with a base hit just gets over the shortstop. And Kyle Marquise with a 1-out base hit to bring up Jake Szabo. They need 1 run to extend the game, 2 to win it. And the tying run is on first. The go-ahead, the winning run at the plate. Szabo swings and misses. 0-1. Szabo has to move out of the way of that pitch. 1-1, the count for the junior. That one low. 2-1. They'll ring him up. 2-2. 1 out. Man on first. Hills down by 1. And Szabo will be walked. We had the count wrong. We apologize for that. But Szabo will take his base, and now there's runners on first and second for Eddie Mulligan. As Szabo will be pinch ran for here again by Noah Lefkowitz, and we get a timeout. Plane flying overhead. We are back. Bottom of the 8th. 1 out. Eddie Mulligan at the plate takes ball 1 from Brendan Kelly. Kyle Marquise is on second. He is the tying run. The winning run is Noah Lefkowitz at first. And it is Mulligan and potentially Kyle Wankes' job to bring them in. 1-0. Call it a 2-0 count. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 1 strike. Mulligan caught by the shortstop, but he can't make a play. It's a base hit for Mulligan. Bases are loaded for Kyle Wankus. 1 out. Tying run 90 feet away. Winning run at second. Wankus fouls his first pitch off. Oh and 2. Oh, Wankus got drilled, and we are tied. And now the winning run is 90 feet away, and it is John Giantonio's chance to bring him in. Noah Lefkowitz at third. High curve on the inside corner, but it was just outside of the zone. 1-0. That one inside, and Giantonio got hit! That is the most incredible way to walk it off. But we're going to say goodnight on a walk-off hit by pitch. The Broncos take a 5-4 win over Mahwah. And you have to think the Thunderbirds will be stunned after that. Huge win for Hills. It will potentially at least put them tied for second, depending on some of the other results in the Patriot division. They're now 3-2 in the league and 6-6 overall. And Mahwah will take their 4th loss of the season and 2nd in the league. They will run this matchup back on Wednesday in Mahwah. And we'll try our best to keep you up to date with what happens there. Potential softball broadcast tomorrow depends on the scheduling of some other things happening for me. We do know we'll be back on Friday for softball. And that will be our first of the year, obviously weather permitting, but it looks like the weather's looking good for the rest of the week. We hope that stays the case. Thank you for joining us. Nice game for me to come back to after that 1.5 week long break. I'm Matthew Merlino. For all of us from Montvale, thank you for watching. Have a great night. Again, a happy belated Easter. Thank you for watching this presentation of PH Athletics. For more information, head to hills.pascack.org/athletics.